Max Verstappen versus Lewis Hamilton. Who did better? The 2021 season was a crazy season full of surprises. I will be going through the highlights of the season and tell you where each driver got lucky and unlucky. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight into it. When Verstappen took pole position in Bahrain with 4 tenths, we knew Hamilton won't run away with the championship again this season. But going to the race, Hamilton took the lead with his strategy, and when Verstappen finally passed him, he was told to give the position back, and Lewis Hamilton got the race win. Going to Imola next, Verstappen was out-qualified by his teammate and Hamilton took pole. When the race started, Max went from P3 to P1 and held the lead. Lewis Hamilton went off track and broke his wing, but got lucky when the red flag got waved after his teammate and George Russell had a crash. Skipping a race, going to Spain, we had Hamilton on pole also winning the race after a strategy masterclass from Mercedes. Going to Monaco, we had Verstappen qualifying in P2 and Hamilton way down in P7 after a bad day. Going to lights out, Verstappen led the pack into turn 1 after Charles Leclerc did not manage to start the race from pole position. Max won the race and Lewis finished in P7 after a bad strategy from his team. Going to Azerbaijan, the Red Bull team was leading the race when out of nowhere Max Verstappen got a puncture and crashed out of the lead. There was a red flag and the race had to be restarted. Lewis started from P2 and got a good getaway, looking like he will take the lead, but made a mistake by putting on his brake magic and locked up, going to last place. In France, Max won Hamilton with a great strategy from Red Bull, showing good teamwork with Sergio Perez. Austria, Max had a great weekend, scoring 26 points with Hamilton only in P4. Silverstone had one of the most controversial spots of the season, with Max and Lewis crashing. Lewis went on and won the race with Max Verstappen DNFing. Just after that, we had another controversial moment in Hungary with Bottas taking out a few drivers, also causing Max a lot of damage. Lewis got P2 after Fernando Alonso showed some great defending, getting Esteban Ocon a race win, with Max finishing in P9. Belgium was a race that ended in qualifying order with Max getting 12.5 points and Hamilton 7.5 after a great qualifying performance put George Russell in P2. Now going to Italy with another controversial moment when Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton crashed, this time both of them out. Going to Russia, Lewis did not qualify well and started the race in P4 with Max Verstappen starting 20th after he got a penalty from Italy and took a new engine. The race looked to be Lando Norris's first win, but late rain drama gave Lewis the chance to win the race but also gave Max the chance to caught up, getting Lewis to win and Max to P2 from P20. In Turkey, Max started in P2 and Lewis in P11 after he took an engine penalty. Max finished in P2 and Lewis finished in P7 after Perez defended hard to keep his podium place. United States was a 1-2 finish for the rivals with Verstappen scoring the win after great defending. In Mexico, Mercedes managed to get a front row start but lost it into turn 1 as Max took the lead and won the race. Going to Brazil, the tables would turn as Mercedes looked much faster than the Red Bull and the season would end this way. Lewis got disqualified from qualifying after his rear wing was found to be illegal but managed to climb his way back up in the sprint race. Going to the race, Lewis Hamilton got another 5-place penalty for an engine, but still managed to win the race. In Qatar, we had another rivalry 1-2, with Hamilton winning this one. In Saudi Arabia, there was a few controversial moments after a miscommunication that led Hamilton into the back of Verstappen, with Hamilton saying he was brake checked and Verstappen was driving dangerously. Going to Abu Dhabi, Max started on pole on a softer tyre but Lewis got a better start and took the lead into turn 1. A few corners later, Max went for a dive with Hamilton cutting the corner. The steward said no action needed and the race went on with Hamilton in the lead. Max went to the box first and a lap later Lewis went into the box with a big lead but was held up by Perez's great defending for 2 laps. Later in the race, Latifi made a crash and a safety car was called out. Max got new soft tyres and Lewis stayed out. A lap before the end, Michael Masi said the car separating Max and Lewis should unlap themselves. With this, Toto Wolff was not happy, going to Michael Masi on the team radio and said he cannot do this. With the last lap, green flag racing, Max took the lead and won his first championship. In an interview after the race, Christian Horner said all team principals agreed that the race need to end in green flag racing. In an interview with Toto Wolff, he said Michael Masi had no right to do what he did. After I said who is the best driver of the season, I will tell you the results of a vote the team principals took for their driver of the season. Now for me, I have to say Max Verstappen is driver of the season. He had a lot of bad luck but still managed to win the championship. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this. Going to the team principals vote. So the rules was easy. All team principals had to pick the top 10. And number 1 will receive 25 points, number 2 18, and from there on the normal F1 scoring system. And the results finished with Max Verstappen winning, Lewis Hamilton with 21 points behind him. Thanks for watching, have a great day.